Hello students. So in the second lecture of inverse Laplace transform, we'll see some properties, important properties of inverse Laplace transform. So as we have seen few properties in Laplace transform, so we are going to use straightforward those properties in inverse Laplace transform. So number one is first see for multiplication by t property in Laplace transform. If Laplace of t into f of t is equal to minus d by ds into f of s, so which implies the property in inverse Laplace transform as if Laplace inverse f of s is equal to f of t, then Laplace inverse d by ds of f of s is equal to minus t into L inverse f of s. So f of as we have seen here, f of t equal to L inverse f of s. So I have written here, and further I have written is equal to minus t into f of t. So you have to just shift this operator L into this side and minus to LHS. Okay, so this property becomes L inverse d by ds of f of s is equal to minus t into f of t. Okay, do you understand? Okay students, so if Laplace of f of t, see next property, if Laplace of f of t divided by t, that is division by t property in Laplace transform, which is nothing but integral s to infinity f of s ds. So which implies a property in inverse Laplace transform. If s is equal to f of t, then L inverse integral s to infinity f of s ds is equal to f of t by t. So we have to change this operator or change the position of this operator and write a property as it is. So if here it is L, then this side it will become L inverse. Okay, because it is one and onto function. Now see the third property, Laplace transform of derivative of a function. As we have seen that Laplace transform of f dash of t is equal to s into f of s minus f of 0. Okay, so then L inverse s into f of s. So I have written here s into f of s only and not mentioned f of 0, because f of 0 is equal to 0, and we have seen that Laplace inverse is a function of s only. Okay, so not constant. So function of s only. So Laplace transform is operated only on the function of s, not on constant. For that reason we have taken here f of 0 is equal to 0. Now see, Laplace inverse s into f of s is equal to derivative of f of t with respect to t. Now see the fourth property, Laplace transform of integral 0 to t f t dt is nothing but f of s divided by s. Then L inverse f of s by s is nothing but integral 0 to t f of t dt. Okay. Now fifth property, this property we have seen in the last lecture. Laplace transform of e raised to minus at f of t is equal to f of s plus a. Okay, then L inverse f of s plus a is nothing but e raised to minus at f t. Okay, and sixth property, we are using a method of partial fraction. Okay, so we'll see these four properties without proof, and by using these properties we are going to solve some problems on it. Now let us solve one problem. Evaluate L inverse of 1 upon s plus 2 into s minus 3. So clearly observe the function of s which is given as 1 upon s plus 2 into s minus 3. This function okay, so we are having derivative property, integral property, division by t, multiplication by t. So property number 1 to 5 cannot be applied to solve this problem, because this this problem is solved by using method of partial fraction. Okay, so directly we cannot use the properties of inverse Laplace transform to this one, so we use a partial fraction to reduce this function into linear functions. Okay, so let's see. Using partial fraction, using partial fraction method. So 1 minute. So let's start. Using partial fraction method, so we are going to break this function 1 upon s plus 2 into s minus 3 as a divided by s plus 2 plus b divided by s minus 3. So on simplification, we have a into s minus 3 plus b into s plus 2 divided by s plus 2 into s minus 3. Kindly observe the denominator of this 1 upon s plus 2 into s minus 3, and here it is a into s minus 3 plus b into s plus 2 divided by s plus 2 into s minus 3. So clearly denominator is same, hence numerator is also same. Therefore I have written 1 is equal to a into s minus 3 plus b into s plus 2. So this is equation number 2. Now kindly put s is equal to 3 and s is equal to minus 2 in equation 2 and to obtain the values of a and b respectively. So let me do that. Put s is equal to 3 into, we get 1 equal to a into 3 minus 2 plus b into, sorry, here it is 3 minus 3, okay, plus b into 3 plus 2. Therefore 3 minus 3 becomes 0, so a into 0 is 0. Therefore 1 is equal to 5b and b is equal to 1 by 5. Now put s is equal to minus 2 in 2, we'll get 1 equal to a into minus 2 minus 3 plus b into minus 2 plus 2. So this will become 0. So 1 equal to minus 5a, that will be a is equal to minus 1 by 5. Okay, so this is cleared. Now from equation 2 we have 1 upon s plus 2 into s minus 3 is equal to minus 1 by 5 divided by s plus 2 plus 1 by 5 into s minus 3. So this is because we have replaced the values of a and b. Okay, we get b here, we get a here, so put the values of a and b in equation 2 and rewrite this equation. Now taking inverse Laplace transform on both sides, so we'll see L inverse 1 upon s plus 2 into s minus 3 is equal to L inverse minus 1 by 5 divided by s plus 2 plus 1 by 5 divided by s minus 3. Now take minus 1 by 5 common from the first because this is constant. So L inverse 1 upon s plus 2 plus 1 upon 5 constant into L inverse s minus 1 upon s minus 3. Now we have the properties. So Laplace inverse transform is equal to minus 1 by 5 e raised to minus 2t plus 1 upon 5 e raised to 3t. So Laplace inverse of 1 upon s plus 2 minus into s minus 3 is equal to 1 upon 5 into e raised to 3t minus e raised to minus 2. So this is the final answer. So let me solve one another example. So second example is evaluate L inverse of log s plus 1 divided by s minus 2. Okay. So first in this problem we are not able to use direct properties, okay, because here the function is logarithmic and any transcendental function cannot be solved by using direct properties. Okay, so we are having some assumptions like f of s, put f of s or let f of s is equal to log s plus 1 divided by s minus 1. As we have seen that log a by b is equal to log a minus log b, therefore we have written f of s as log s plus 1 minus log s minus 1. So put this or name it this one as equation number 1. Now we use the first property, L inverse d by ds f of s is equal to minus d into ft. Okay, so let's see. Before going to see solution, we may assume that Laplace inverse f of s is equal to f of t. Okay, so this is by definition. L inverse f of s is equal to f of t. So no need to mention here. Now use first property and solve the problem. Now differentiate equation 1 with respect to s. What is that differentiation? D by ds of f of s. Okay, so log s plus 1 minus log s minus 1 becomes, after derivative with respect to s, 1 upon s plus 1 minus 1 upon s minus 1. Let's see, taking inverse Laplace transform on both sides. In LHS, L inverse d by ds of f of s equal to L inverse 1 upon s plus 1 minus 1 upon s minus 1. Now let's see the value of, what is the value of L inverse d by ds of f of s, which is minus d into ft. So use this value here, minus d into ft is equal to L inverse. So separate the inverse Laplace transform. L inverse 1 upon s plus 1 minus L inverse 1 upon s minus 1. So this is nothing but minus d to ft is equal to, so L inverse 1 upon s plus 1 is nothing but e raised to minus t, and L inverse 1 upon s minus 1 is nothing but e raised to t, along with the negative sign here. Okay, so f of t is equal to e raised to minus t minus e raised to plus t divided by minus t. So we are interested to have a f of t which is function of t in LHS. So let me write f of t as e raised to t minus e raised to minus t divided by t, because we have observed minus sign throughout. Therefore f of t is nothing but L inverse f of s, which is equal to e raised to t minus e raised to minus t divided by t. Okay, we have mentioned here. But f of s that we assumed to be is nothing but log s plus 1 divided by minus s minus 1. Log s plus 1 divided by s minus 1. So inverse Laplace transform of logarithmic function of s plus 1 divided by s minus 1 is nothing but e raised to t minus e raised to minus t divided by t. Okay, so with this we are going to stop here. So in the next lecture we will see some interesting examples.